Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a seriously powerful framework for building unshakable focus so you can actually cross the finish line of your goals. We're drawing directly from the insights of Dan Pena today, and whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, or honestly just someone trying to build a few better habits, this explainer is designed to give you the exact architecture you need to succeed.
You know how it is, right? We all get that massive burst of excitement when we first set a new goal. But let's be real, the modern world is actively designed to distract us. Between the endless notifications buzzing in our pockets and just the everyday challenges of life, that initial motivation naturally fades. It leaves so many ambitious goals completely unachieved. The real challenge isn't starting, it's staying focused when the excitement inevitably wears off. So, here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to build out your success architecture layer by layer, establishing a clear vision, creating a structured plan, eliminating your daily distractions, mastering consistency, learning from your failures, and finally, surrounding yourself with positivity. Let's get right into it.
Pillar number 1, establish a clear vision. This is the absolute foundation of your focus. Think of your vision as your internal compass. It tells you exactly what you want to accomplish and honestly, why it matters to you deep down. It's kind of like looking at two different ships out on the water. One has a set destination, right? It makes meaningful, purposeful progress. But the other one, it's just drifting. It doesn't matter how powerful that drifting ship's engines are or how skilled the captain is, it's just wandering aimlessly. It's the exact same with us. Hard work without a definite purpose just scatters your energy. You can stay busy every single day, but without knowing where you're going, you're going to fail to achieve any significant results.
But when that vision is crystal clear, say you're a student with a burning desire to become a doctor, everything changes. It gives you this clear daily direction and drastically improves your decision-making. And, maybe most importantly, it gives you the grit to keep pushing when success feels, well, a million miles away. When you know exactly what you want, you just aren't as easily influenced by other people's negative opinions or those annoying temporary setbacks. You build an unshakable confidence.
Moving on to Pillar 2, create a structured plan. Consider this your personal roadmap to success.
Look, goals are great for inspiration, but it's the careful planning that actually gets us there. Staring down a massive goal, like starting a business from scratch or writing an entire book, can feel completely impossible and it creates all sorts of self-doubt. But the trick is breaking it down. Once you slice that massive goal into daily and weekly manageable tasks, you literally eliminate that fear. You're just focusing on taking one single step at a time, which reduces the uncertainty and creates this unstoppable momentum.
And having this plan written down, that is absolutely vital. Getting it out of your head and onto paper creates immediate clarity and seriously strengthens your discipline. When you wake up and know your exact next step, there's just no room for procrastination. Even when life gets totally unpredictable, which it will, a written strategy gives you a real sense of control and keeps you deeply committed to your priorities.
All right, on to Pillar 3, eliminate your daily distractions. This is all about protecting your attention.
Here's where we build up your defense system. I love this analogy. Focus is like a powerful beam of light. When it's directed at one single target, it becomes incredibly strong. But when it's scattered, it totally loses its power. This perfectly captures why switching back and forth between a really important task and some temporary distraction is just so damaging. Every single time you switch contexts, your concentration is interrupted. The light scatters, and you lose that power. And regaining that deep focus, that takes an immense amount of time and effort.
So we have to actively hunt down these modern attention thieves. A few quick minutes checking social media notifications or getting sucked into endless text messages, we've all been there, that can so easily turn into an hour of lost productivity. You've really got to train your self-discipline to just say no to these interruptions. It ultimately comes down to choosing your long-term rewards over that immediate but totally temporary hit of pleasure.
Next up is Pillar 4, master the art of consistency. This means prioritizing actions over your temporary mood.
Consistency really is the engine of this entire architecture. Just look at how taking action compounds over time. On day 1, doing something small, like studying, exercising, or saving a few bucks, feels, well, pretty insignificant. But fast forward to month 1, through sheer repetition, it's become an automatic, established habit. And by year 1, those tiny, persistent actions have accumulated into massive, undeniable achievements.
It's like they say, consistency is the literal bridge between your goals and your achievements. And hey, remember, you do not need perfection here. Everyone makes mistakes. The secret is just making sure that one bad day doesn't spiral into a bad week or a bad month. It's about relying on that steady effort to push you through those days when your motivation just completely vanishes.
Which brings us to Pillar 5. Learn from your failures. This is all about treating your setbacks as data.
Let's be real, the journey is rarely smooth, so we have to completely rewire how we view our mistakes. We're conditioned from a young age to fear disappointment and embarrassment, but I want you to ask yourself right now, is failure actually the opposite of success? Like, is making a mistake truly the end of the road for your journey?
As it turns out, absolutely not. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a completely crucial part of success. Every single successful person experiences it. Really, failure is just valuable feedback. It forces us to take a hard look at our actions, it exposes our hidden weaknesses, it builds humility, and honestly, it pushes us to be incredibly creative and resilient when we're forced to find new solutions.
And finally, Pillar 6. Surround yourself with positivity. This is your ultimate multiplier.
Your environment is everything. Because we are so deeply shaped by the company we keep, I want you to compare these two paths carefully. On one side, you have positive influences. These are the people who encourage growth, who offer real accountability, and who actively boost your motivation and emotional health. They act like a tailwind. But on the flip side, negative influences. The folks who constantly complain, who actively avoid hard work, and who will literally drain your confidence and energy. Creating some distance from those toxic influences isn't selfish, it is an absolute necessity for your success.
At the end of the day, building this architecture of success, your vision, your planning, focus, consistency, resilience, and your positive environment, it's not about being born with raw talent. It's an intentional, deliberate choice you have to execute every single day. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one vital question to think about. Will you let modern distractions and negativity control you, or are you going to step up and finally take control of your own attention?